Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into the Infinitum C co-op quest with the Mono Strength team led by Yamato and Aames. And with this team, we are building a more free spirit-centric team to get the Chopper Man missions done. Now, you can bring Strength Free Spirit, or you can bring Strength Driven, and look, one of the best characters to take in the Infinitum C is Nami Karina. So if you can find a way to fit Nami Karina on the team, I'm always going to find a way to do that. Yamato and Aames are a fantastic character at getting around Bind and Special Bind. They're another really good leader for this particular event, because the Infinitum C in the co-op quest throws a lot of debuffs at you. So you want to have as many supports and as many switch abilities and captain abilities that can bypass these effects without having to use specials and save them for the 6 stages and 4 bosses that you do need to come up against. Stereotypically, it's like 7 bosses because there's 3 stages of 2 and then the final stage has 1, and that final stage can be an absolute bitch depending on which Straw Hat you actually get. So, shout out to my homie Kaido for the assist. He's using that very nice assistance team. It makes this run a lot easier. If you have a friend that has characters like 6-star, Gear 5, Nami Karina, Zoro Sanji, Chopper 6+, Bonnie 6+, or Momo, it just makes things just so much easier to deal with because a lot of these characters have very good abilities to bypass these effects. Plus, if you have a friend that has a level 5 special action ability, like Kaido does with his Odin, you can just use that special to kill turn 3. It works very, very well. It's a very, very easy kill. It's 2 million fixed damage. It just kills the stage and you can move on to stage 4. However, the strength one, I have been hearing a lot of rumbles that it is the most challenging for a lot of people. And for myself, I didn't really have too many issues with actually clearing the content. I either got very lucky or things just worked in my favor, but this particular team was the first one I put together. I actually ran it with a random person in a random lobby and managed to clear it pretty jankily, but like we still got it done. I didn't record that run. I started to, but then I got phone calls and all this other stuff, so I decided to dive back in with the homie Kaido. And look, this was just a lot easier because I had the assistance, we had communication and all that sort of stuff, and that's the name of the game when it comes to co-op, right? If you can find a friend that has very good units that can help you out, that can do a lot of damage, and you can communicate with on something like Discord or Twitter, phone call, anything that you guys can use to just communicate, it is going to make these quests a lot easier. Like, yeah, sure, having to rely on another person can be a little bit of a bitch, but like, it's co-op. You're gonna have to. And at the end of the day, you really only have to complete it one time with these units to get your Chopper Man missions done, and then you can kind of go back to farming something like King of the Pirates and not having to worry about all the crazy debuffs. But like I said, if you have Nami Karina, it is going to help you out a lot. They are a strength-free spirit character. Yamato and Aames is another very good unit for it. Odin Toki, K-Dad, Usohachi, very, very good units. Luffy Yamato is another very good option if you're looking for a captain. They're going to be very, very nice. Even Luffy and Sanji, the friend captain or the co-op captain I'm using, they're another really good option as a sub, as their switch ability can remove Bind and Despair. Can do some really, really nice stuff there. So, as mentioned, with this co-op quest, you want to bring characters that are just really good at getting around multiple debuffs very smoothly, swiftly, and easily. So that does mean you are going to have to use some switch abilities. That does mean you are going to have to use some supports. But like I said, don't stress, because if you do have the right people at your disposal and you get the right run, like I said, like this game is very RNG, or this game mode, sorry, is very RNG reliant. Depending on what bosses you get, depending on what final boss you get especially. Like if you get Chopper, or you get Sanji, or you get Robin, it's fairly easily. But if you get something like Brook, Usopp, Frankie, Luffy, Zoro, like those bosses can be a little bit more challenging because they have stuff like damage limiter, they have stuff like revives, and barriers, and that can be a little bit annoying for a majority of players. If you guys are looking to clear these missions and you are using the same teams that I'm using, but you are looking for random people, don't be afraid to create a lobby, dive into the run, see whoever joins, and if they don't have characters like Nami Karina, Zoro Sanji, Gear 5 Luffy, Momo, 6+ Bonnie, if they don't have those units, or they are trying to also run the mission, just disband the room. Disband the room, try again, see what else you can find, because you will find people playing the infinitive, I'm just going to call IS, playing IS, so that way they can farm up stuff like their their stones for the Grand Feast Sugo Fest banner, as well as farming up co-op medals so they can max out some of their other units as well. So, like I said, don't be afraid to disband this room. You might have someone pissed off at you every now and again. But at the end of the day, that doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you just want to clear the quest. That is going to be the main focus. So, don't be discouraged if you can't clear it the first time. Don't be discouraged if you can't find a friend. I actually just recently finished a stream where I basically just put up room codes for people, and we're just sort of running IS nice and comfortably and trying to get the missions done. So keep an ear out and an eye out for those. I'll post stuff on Twitter and Discord and obviously over on YouTube too. So if you hit the bell notification, you guys won't miss out on any of that stuff. And hopefully you'll be able to get these missions done. The downside to co-op as well at the moment is the crashing issues. We are having a lot of issues with co-op crashing a lot. But the right people have been informed. The right people have been told. The information is getting across, and hopefully the game mode will be tweaked and bugs will be patched and things will be fixed moving forward, because co-op's a lot of fun. It's a really, really cool concept. It's a really great concept. It's not perfect, but at the end of the day, it is still a really, really great idea and something that brings a whole new dynamic to OPTC in the way to play and the way to communicate with others. Now, I do think that the IS stage will remain the same, and probably the King of the Pirates and all of those fodder stages before, they will all remain the same moving forward through the seasons. I don't really see them needing to change the levels, as it's already very RNG based. There's already a lot of debuffs. There's already a lot of bosses. And for the next sort of 12 months, I don't really see them having a need to change that. A lot of people are still catching up until this point, and whilst there is a large amount of people in the community that can clear IS very comfortably and farm it very nicely, that doesn't mean everyone can. So I feel like I don't see them having a reason to change it for the next sort of 12 months. However, after 12 months, after we've had the first full season of the Grand Feast Sugo Fests, I do think that they probably might make some tweaks. They might make some changes here and there and sort of bring in a new way to play the IS game mode and the other game modes before it. But obviously, in the lead up to that, they are going to change the missions and stuff like that. But if you can't clear the IS stage, don't be discouraged. If you have to farm King of the Pirates, don't stress. You can still get a lot of rewards there. It's there for a reason. Obviously, you want to do the fodder stages for your Chopper Man missions, but even if you can only do up to Warlord, even if you can do Emperor, whatever you can get up to, that's okay. You're going to progress in the game and find a way to get the most out of whatever level you can get to, and then move on to the next when your account's ready, and when you're ready, or you have the friends list, you have the connections, you have the units to get it done. And remember, co-op is an expanding game mode. It is very, very fresh. It is very, very new. And yes, there is a lot to say about it, but I do think we have to hold strong. We have to keep faith in the sense that the game mode is going to be improved. Stuff like Treasure Map gets improved. Stuff like Kazuna gets improved. All of these other game modes get improved, and now that co-op is in the game and it's such a prevalent force, I do think that they will keep working on it and they will tweak it to the benefit of the player base. So hopefully you guys are enjoying co-op. Let me know your thoughts and opinions of co-op down below. Are you struggling with the quests? Are you finding them relatively easy? Are you struggling to find friends to do these quests with? Or are you just finding that co-op's just a blowout because of the crashes and all that sort of stuff too? Let your opinion be voiced in the comment section below, and like I said, the right people will see it and information will get broadcasted properly. Now, this final stage and this run has gone forever because we've had multiple crashes on both sides. I believe me and Jay crashed twice each in this run. This run's like a 15-minute run purely because of all the crashes. And then we got Brook on the final stage. We also got Lucci as well. We also got Moria, which is like some of the worst stages you can get. But the fact we got Brook on the final stage, he's just got like a revive, and then he has to do some real funky shit. And the upside to, and it just dies but then comes back. The upside to me having Jay as a friend here means that we can just sort of bypass all of these really shitty mechanics that Brook has. Honestly, Brook's probably one of the worst to come up against, in my opinion. Usopp's not that great either. Luffy's pretty challenging, and Frankie with his death hit is just very, very annoying. If you get Chopper, like I said, if you get Brook, No, not Brook. If you get Chopper, if you get Robin, Sanji, Nami, Zoro, those types of characters are actually fairly simple to get past. But man, Brook can be just an absolute nightmare with all these revives and barrier shenanigans and shit like that. If you guys don't have a bypassing defense friend captain, or you're not using one of your own, like Brook is just an absolute nightmare to get through. But at the end of the day, we managed to get all of the IS missions done. Let me know how you guys went, like I said, in the comment section below. If you guys are still looking for help, please reach out in the Discords. The link to the Discord is down below. Obviously, there's like the subreddit Discords. There's plenty of other ways to communicate with players. So make sure you guys are finding avenues to connect with people to help you in the co-op game mode. Or you can just use what they've given you at your disposal. You can just use the rooms. You can use the chat feature in-game, and you can actually find these types of players, as I mentioned before. If you enjoyed the video, belt like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, if you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace!